Hey everybody, it's Jennifer. I am so excited for our guest this week. We are going outside of Houston. We're nationwide on this, finding you the very best in the country to talk to. And I'm so excited to have my friend Joseph Magsaysay on. He is, you started the Impact Team International, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yes, Vice President of Better Homes and Gardens up in St. Louis. So thank you for joining us today.
It is my absolute pleasure. Number one, and number two, thank you for thinking of me. And I love collaborating because at the end of the day, real estate is all about collaboration and not competition. And well, before I proceed as well, I want to apologize for my attire because I just got out of an event. It's called Yoga and Mimosa. So I love doing events to get, like organic relationships.
Cool.
So, and I had
okay,
no
well,
time
let's talk
to,
about that some today then. We don't care. You don't have to be fancy for us.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I met you through NAR, like a YPN event. We've chatted some about your business. There was a cocktail or two involved, so I don't know how accurate my memory is. So I want you to tell them a little bit of because I know you have not been in business that long. You got in the business and were successful like super quick. So I want you to kind of tell them your story.
Yes. Okay. I think I have the most unique story in real estate. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. I'm born and raised in the Philippines. And I've been here in America for 13 years.
Wow.
And this year, I'm celebrating my 6th year in the business. So
only 6 years.
Only 6 years. When I was in the Philippines, I used to be a banker, investment banking and consumer lending with JP Chase. And however, my ex-wife, she woke up one day and said, you know what, I want to experience my American dream. I want to go to America. And I said, you know what? Find an employer in America because she's a physical therapist. Physical therapists in the Philippines are only being paid $200 a month.
Really?
Yeah, and here they're getting paid like really, really good money, right? So long story short, she found an employer in down south in Missouri. Okay, it's called Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Very, very small population, and my first 6 years, I was her personal chauffeur because she was the worst driver ever that God has ever created. And I was an overprotective husband. I drove for her every single day. And after that, we had Gino, my son, who was also part of my marketing.
He is like famous on social media. We all know. Gino knows. We all know this.
Part of my social media. And then, so long story short, after 8 years of not doing anything, I decided to become a realtor. And I will never forget my family. They were the very first ones who told me, oh no, not happening. No one knows you. You're the only Asian realtor in a small town. You're the only Filipino realtor in a small town. You don't know anyone and nobody knows you. So what I did was I called, some of my realtor friends, and they told me the exact same thing. Oh, Joseph, you're gonna have a hard time. This is a suicide mission. I said, okay, I'm loving this. So what I did was I went online, I found a school that would accelerate everything. I was done in 2 weeks. Took the test, got licensed in 2 weeks, right?
Okay.
So when I got my license, I went home and I told my ex, I am so sorry, but I will never eat at home for the next 6 months. I will be dining out every single day, and that's the reason why, I became a super meatball.
I remember talking about this because I eat out because I don't like to cook. You did it on purpose for business reasons.
Exactly. So I went to the exact same Starbucks. Starbucks is my best friend. Starbucks and all the restaurants that I go to for lunch and dinner, I went to the exact same restaurants for 6 months. So I'm going to give you so long story short, I was able to help 35 families buy and sell homes in my first year in a small town, and 29 of them were bartenders and servers. Now, on my second year, these bartenders and servers became my raving fans. Just imagine, every time I entered the restaurant, they're going to yell, the best realtor in town's here. And everyone's going to look, okay, who's this Asian guy, right? And I started attending like Chamber of Commerce, became involved with events. And you saw how I dress, right? When I'm not wearing my, so
This
in a
is
small
very
town,
casual for you.
yeah, in a small town, people, because of the way I dress, people thought that I was gay because of the way I dress.
Right.
So, and then I became friends with, for a lack of a better term, I became friends with the trophy wives of all the doctors and lawyers, right?
Right.
And they became my luxury clients. So in my second year, I was able to help 135 families buy and sell homes.
Wow.
In my second year, and I didn't
Second
have
year, 135.
135.
Wow.
But anyway, and then I woke up one day. I told myself, you know what? If I'm gonna have a headache in real estate, I wanted to be in a bigger city. Okay, so I started with realty executives in a small town, and I was still with realty executives when I decided to expand in St. Louis. And here again, some of my realtor friends in St. Louis, they said, "Oh no, you don't know the big city. You only know the small towns." And even my ex said, "Oh no, your business model of restaurants is not going to work in the bigger city." I said, "Actually, it's going to be more." It's going to be more successful because there are more restaurants.
Yeah.
There are more people that I'm going to meet, right? Because my very first 6 months in the business, my goal was to meet 20 new people every single day.
20 people a day.
20 people a day, and new ones. I cannot. It's not the exact same people every day. No, brand spanking new people. And this is the reason why I love Starbucks, because you might wonder, okay, how is that possible? 20 people, that's hard. I mean, you go to Starbucks, I always pay pay forward, right? I pay for the one behind me, and I have a chit chat with the person across me, and just me by me asking a simple question. So, how's your day like today? Oh no, it's busy. Now, if they're nice people, they're going to ask me the exact same question. How about you? What's your day like? Oh, I'm showing 20 homes. Oh, you're a realtor. Oh, yes, I'm a realtor. I'm sure you know someone who wants to buy or sell a house. I'm always here for you. And, and that's first meeting, and it's not even pushy. Sometimes people are having a hard time having that conversation, right? But anyway, I'm going to transition to St. Louis. How I moved to St. Louis, when everyone was telling me that I didn't know the market, I attended open houses for 2 weeks straight. And long story short, I recruited all the agents hosting the open house. Now I have knowledge about the market. In the market while I'm learning the market. Okay. And then the funny thing was, when they were asking me, so, okay, we're joining you. Why are we even entertaining this conversation, Joseph? You've only been in the business for 2 years. And we've been in the business for 6 and 8 years. And you don't know St. Louis. You're just using us. And however, we're entertaining you. And I said, because this is your vision. And this is my vision. We join all our visions together. We're going to have a bigger vision. So they bought what I was trying to sell. And what we did was, since it was my first time forming a team, no one recruited me from Keller Williams. No. I just know that they're the best team when it comes to training. I said, we're all joining Keller Williams. So I went to Keller Williams, and then I grew my team in St. Louis as many as 30 agents immediately. Right there and then, I realized the value of having a team immediately. I realized that leverage is the new hustle. I realized about delegation. So, one of the things that that helped me in this business is my master's degree. I have a master's degree in failure. I was so good at it. I failed fast. I failed forward. And because of that, I learned in my first 6 months in the business. But one of the things that I was grateful for and always be grateful about is, when I discovered my disease in my first 6 months in real estate. So I discovered that I had a big ego, a very, very big ego. And I already felt good about myself after having like 2 or 3 closings. I thought I was the bomb.com. I never listened to anyone anymore. I was like, no, you know what? I know everything.
Like, I got this.
I got this. Until, whoa, you know what? You know the saying that experience matters? Experience really matters. Big time. So when I was at Keller Williams, I was with Keller Williams for 3 years. Okay. However, when Gino turned 7 years old, he said, "Daddy, you need to be more involved in my life." because he joined hockey, baseball, soccer, basketball,
Right.
all sports,
Everything.
And I told myself, okay, that's like, ouch,
Mm-hmm.
because I love to work. I don't feel like I'm working, and I don't get tired because of it, because I love meeting new people,
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I told myself, okay, if I'm gonna slow down and still earn the exact same amount that I earned last year when I had 30 agents.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be a solo agent. What do I have to do? So I said, increase the average sales price. Mm-hmm. In order for me to increase the average sales price, I need to join a luxury company. Mm-hmm. And I chose Sotheby's because they're the best luxury company here in town.
Yeah.
So when I joined them, long story short, again, I told Gino, give Daddy 10 weeks. Okay. Mm-hmm. After 10 weeks, Daddy will have a ton of time for you. Just give me 10 weeks. So the reason why I said 10 weeks, because I hosted 40 open houses in 10 weeks by myself, one-man show, because I was determined, you know what? I woke up one day, I'm a luxury real estate advisor, So 11 to 1 and 2 to 4, Saturday and Sunday.
I would say 4 a week.
Yeah. So 40 open houses. So long story short, I was able to have new friends, 25 new luxury clients. Okay. However, after that, I was invited to attend a top agent panel. When I attended this top agent panel, I was surrounded by brokers. I said, oh my God, I'm the youngest here. Why am I surrounded by brokers, right? After that top agent panel, I had no idea that the person beside me, was the owner of Better Homes and Gardens here in St. Louis. And her name's Laura Davis. She's half Italian, half Mexican, and I'm Filipino. The worst combination. So she said, I would love to have coffee with you. And when we had coffee, the first 2 seconds that I sat down, she said, I want you to be the vice president of the company. And I said, me? You just met me.
Yeah.
And this was last year. It was my 5th year in the business. And I said, Laura, I just switched. There's no way I'm going to be switching twice.
Yeah.
And then I said, however, I want to learn more about Better Homes and Gardens. And then I saw Distinctive Collection. I said, perfect. So I said, well, I want to be the face of Distinctive Collection if ever I, join your company. So back then they only had 25-ish agents, I think. And fast forward to today, now we have close to 60.
Wow.
And then I have 20 on my team.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When people always ask me, Joseph, what is your number one technology in real estate? And my answer to that will always be my mouth. And I open it. I talk to people.
You do.
And when people ask me what's your number one strategy in real estate, I said there are only 2 things that you need to master in this business. Once you master these 2, you are set for life. Relationships and marketing. Okay? However, they need to be married together. You may be good at building relationships, but you're a secret agent, no one's going to use you.
Yeah.
Or you're very good at marketing, but your attitude sucks big time. No one wants to work with you. So it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So again, it's all about relationships. And there are 2 types of realtors. Realtor number 1, the average realtor, you ask them, so what does a realtor do? Oh, we show houses, we sell houses. Realtor number 2, you ask them, who is me? My answer to that, what do? I build relationships. And from building relationships, I gain the trust. Okay, because the house will sell themselves. But this is a people business. If you're in real estate and you think that this is a home business, you're in the wrong business. Because this is the people business. Whether you like it or not, whether you admit it or not, if there's no chemistry, if you and I didn't have any chemistry, if we didn't like each other, if I didn't,
I wouldn't have asked you to do this.
You didn't respect me. Exactly. So
wouldn't matter how many houses you sold, I would have asked you.
Exactly. So this is all about relationships, this business. So
I 100% agree with you. And one thing that I can tell, because I see you with social media friends, you're out everywhere, like you were never sitting at home. You are always with people. You're always meeting people. So I'm going to go ahead and assume you're an extrovert by nature.
Yes.
So those of us that I actually am an introvert. Like I would just sit and like read a book and not talk to anybody if it was up to me. So I like what you said earlier about how you would just talk to people and you would just say, how's your day? Something about them, not necessarily, hey, do you know anybody looking to buy or sell a house? Because that's really intimidating. to people
Yeah.
who are maybe intimidated to talk to strangers. So I like your advice there about just asking them something about them, and then that gets them talking. What's people's favorite subject? Themselves.
Themselves.
Yeah. So you can just get them talking. Do you have any other tips for people who are maybe not as extroverted as you when it comes to building those relationships?
Absolutely. So here's the thing. I always believe that there's riches in niches, right? There will always be that. And I will never forget when I would like to share this, if I may, really quick, because this was the game changer for 2020. When COVID happened, half of my team, they were panicking.
Yeah.
They said, okay, what are we going to do? Shut down, no open houses. What are we going to do? We need to make money. Who's going to pay for the mortgage and everything? And I said, okay, calm down. So I had an emergency meeting. Okay, so before the emergency meeting, I was talking to myself. I said, what are we going to do? What am I going to do? This is my responsibility. I am the team leader. I'm the CEO. I need to make sure that my agents, follow my lead, and I need to make sure that they still see my vision, right?
Yeah.
So I told them, I had this emergency meeting. And I said, guys, here's the thing. One of the things that you need to understand as a realtor is that realtor is more than selling houses. We need to be involved in the community. Okay, we are community leaders. Okay, we're public figures. So if real estate is slow during the pandemic, this is your time to shine. If your hustle does not come out during the pandemic, then you don't have it in you. And said, well, what are you thinking, Joseph? Okay. I said, the name of our team is the Impact Team International. I love food. I know all of the restaurant owners in town. So what we're going to do, and now all the hospitals are busy.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is that we're going to approach all of these restaurants, and we're going to order 150 meals every single week from these restaurants, and they're going to give us discounts, and we will have our affiliates chip in because of course they want to be affiliated with this something special that we're going to do, right? So we called this cause Make an Impact One Plate at a Time. And it became huge. We helped.
And you're helping those restaurant owners who they were probably the ones suffering the most.
Exactly, because they suffered a lot. We're helping them. And then at the same time, who's more visible in these hospitals? The nurses, the doctors, nurse practitioners. Okay, who's this bald guy delivering food again? Who's this team that's delivering food again? So we're very visible. And because of that, we were able to strike a deal. Once everything goes back to normal, we're going to be the only team who can host first-time home seller seminars in these hospitals and first-time home buyer seminars in these hospitals. Because the CEO asked me, what else can we do for you to repay you? I said, well, as long as you allow us to help you, that's the best payment that you can give me. And I said, so how can we allow you to help us? I said, well, when everything comes back to normal, rates are very low. I would love to have a lender, have our own desk, have events. So a lot of people need to maximize, when it comes to refinancing and things like that. So we were busy. Our phones, it was ringing off the hook. And that's what I provide for my team. I set them up for success. And this is the best lead generation for them. But at the same time, we're helping the community.
I love that. I mean, I know that focusing on helping others, I think you're right. You're just focused on the houses and oh my gosh, I can't show a house. I can't hold an open house. So I'm out of business. And I've heard so many people say, I mean, COVID can't stop you from picking up your phone, and calling your people and checking on them and, hey, how are you doing? Is there something I can do for you? That part of the business never shut down. If anything, this was more of a chance for the good realtors to shine because they knew that those relationships were ultimately what was going to matter in the end. So I love that you did that for your community. Super smart.
Absolutely. And also big props to our company, Better Homes and Gardens, because we were one of the very first to have a contingency plan immediately. When it comes to like showing instructions, making sure that not only us are safe, but our colleagues as well are showing the house and our clients are safe as well. So that was a big impact that we were able to provide as an entire company for of Better Homes and Gardens. And at the same time, because I'm a recruiter too, you know, so it's very easy to leverage that. Okay, so what is your company doing for you right now? Well, we don't even have meetings like, oh, well, we have Zoom meetings all the time. We have virtual grow, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Really? You're still busy during the pandemic? Yes. And this is your time, you know, to own up your skills and for you to learn. So it's win-win.
So smart. Okay. So when a new agent joins your team, what do you tell them? What do you do? What's one of the first things you do to help them get going when they join your team?
Yeah, so we all know that our database is our business. It's all about their SOIs. Okay, I always ask them. So who was the last person you talked to when you decided to become a realtor? Who was that last person you talked to? Well, I spoke with my friend. Great. So your friend believed in you, right? She never said that you won't be good at this. No, she
You're better than your friend.
Yeah.
Told you not to do it.
Exactly. So I tell them that, okay, call your friend. Tell your friend now is their time to shine, because since they believe in you, they need to introduce you to a minimum of 5 people.
Oh.
And this other 5 people that you get introduced to, do whatever it takes to build relationships. Don't talk about real estate, just build relationships with them, because they already know that you're a realtor. Okay.
Exactly. It's like, you don't have to shove that part down people's throat. You just focus on them as people and build a relationship. The real estate, they know what you do.
They already know what you do. And that's why when people always tell me that, Joseph, you are such a go-getter, I stop them immediately. I said, no, I'm a go-giver. Allow me to help you first to whatever it is you want to do or achieve. And if you think that I'm worthy receiving all your business, absolutely, open arms. I'm ready for you. But if you're a new agent, okay, I will never forget when I was new in the business in this small town, and this realtor approached me and said, Joseph, I'm going to help you become a superstar. I was like, great. So what do I have to do? And she said, well, for starters, you need to do a lot of floor calls. And you know me, floor duties, floor calls. The first 5 minutes, I said, no, this is not happening. I was sweating bullets. And then on the 30th minute, I received a phone call. And the very first phone call was like, well, what is this house? You turn left, you turn right, you turn. I said, no, I'm not doing this. I said, okay, I'm not understanding you. I don't know the address. So what I did was, and that's the reason why I said no, I said there's riches and niches, right? So my niche was to be out there, meet 20 people every day, 20 new people. And my favorite, by the way, are restaurants, coffee shops, and stores downtown, because you need to be the mayor of your town if you're a realtor.
Yeah.
And these antique shops, oh my God. Closing gifts. Joseph, when's your closing? Great. I want to buy that one for my client for closing gifts, right? And then I became friends also with all the bridal stores. The bridal stores is milking pots.
Yeah.
You know, and I always partner with them. Okay, when's your next event? Okay, can I be part of it? I want to sponsor your events. Sponsored by Joseph Magsaysay, bridal event, bridal shower.
There you go. And all the ladies know who you are now.
And okay, we're getting married. We want to know more about the rates. Is it hard to buy a house?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are my melting pot. I mean, they're great form of lead generation.
Okay, so now people know they're not going to get business sitting in their house. Like, they need to get out, they need to meet people. What does your follow-up look like then once you meet these 20 people a day? What comes next?
That's a very good question. And this is the reason why you're very smart, because we all know that the fortune is in the follow-up. Because we all get excited. Oh my God, I got a new lead.
Yeah.
There's a new referral. And then
then the next new lead comes in and you forget that.
I know, you always
forget about the one you just got.
You always forget, right? So no, when it comes to these, I always, again, I'm more of, I need to meet with you. Okay. So it's either we have lunch or we have coffee. Okay. And my pop buys.
Yeah.
When I was new, I did a ton of pop buys.
I love pop buys.
Yeah. So even if there's no occasion, I'm very observant. So for example, if I meet someone who's wearing like a Star Wars earrings, for example, or whatever, right? Yeah. And then I can just go to Target and buy something, and I said, oh my God, So I bought some. This reminded me of you. What are you doing tomorrow? Can I drop this? Can I drop this off? I said, oh my God, such a sweet guy.
I would totally buy a house from you. You bought me something at Target.
Something at Target. No, because here's the thing. I will never forget Gino, since we talked about Gino earlier. Yeah. The first time that I knew that Gino has potential was when Gino was 3 years old. We went to Target, and there was this lady who approached him and said, oh my God, you're such a cutie pie. And Gino said, well, my dad's a realtor. Do you know anyone who wants to buy or sell a house? And the lady said, actually, my sister wants to buy a house. And I said, small talk, you're just hitting on my son. And she asked for my number. 30 minutes later, the sister called and said, okay, your son just sold you a home.
That's so funny.
I'm looking for a house. So again, it's all about relationships. And I know with this day and age, we always talk about technology, CRM. Well, I have news for you. You know, technology suck if you suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Technology is not going to make you any better. And I love that because I think so many people try to hide behind text and drip campaigns and automated follow-up and all of that, you know, and it is about talking to people, having conversation.
Yeah. So when COVID happened, also one of my strengths was because, you know, in order for me to scale my business, yes, I have a ton of organic clients, but I also have the inorganic ones.
Yeah.
Realtor.com, homes.com, Zillow, for example. And whenever I get a lead, and this is when I challenge my team, you know, I told them, okay, I'm going to give you 30 minutes lead time. I'm going to call the exact same lead after 30 minutes and they will still choose me versus you. And they said, well, it's all about speed. I said, no, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
So after 30 minutes, I called the lead. Right? I did a video. Mr. Smith, this is Joseph Magsaysay. I just want to let you know that I'm a real person. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot who's texting you. And I'm sure you've already received hundreds of text messages. Just let me know how I can help you. Simple, right? And they're, oh my God, that's a live person. It's not a robot. We're going to respond to that.
I love it. Yeah, if you can't be face-to-face, video is the next best thing.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And I'm doing a panel next week, and I was talking to a woman from EXP, and she calls it, she doesn't call them, well, oh gosh, she doesn't call them leads. She changes it to something else, but she calls it earning the relationship. That's what you're not trying to convert a lead.
Right.
You're trying to earn the relationship.
That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's all about, in the end, it's all about relationship.
That's why I forgot who this speaker was, but she said, people, not leads.
Exactly. It's a human. It's a human being on the other side of that.
Absolutely.
You are so awesome. I appreciate you talking with us today. Okay, I'm going to go get out of my house now and go meet somebody.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you learned something. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about going back to the basics. No matter if you've been in the business for 100 years, 200 years, but it's always going back to the basics because you'll realize, yeah, it's that simple. You didn't have to have the most robust technology to be, you know, successful in this business. All you have to do is to be a human being.
I love it. There's no magic bullet. It's literally just get out there and meet people and then be a good person and give them whatever you can. I totally agree. So awesome. You rock. Thank you so much for talking to us today. And I hope if like all this stuff ends, we can actually see each other again, maybe in real life.
So I visit San Antonio quite often, and you're not that far.
I'm not that far away.
Yeah, you're not.
Let me know next time you're headed down there.
Yeah, are your restaurants open?
We can get